From NBC News, this is Today.
We are back with Today's Family and the silver lining in the recession.
That's right. While families may be spending less money, many are spending more time together. This movement even has a trendy new name. It's called slow parenting. Here with more is Dana Points, the editor-in-chief of Parents Magazine, and psychologist Carrie Conti, whose blog is called Slow Family Living. And I need to speak more slowly.
Yes.
Welcome to you both. Welcome, ladies.
Welcome.
Thank you very much.
Slow parenting. What is it?
Well, it's basically being more mindful and really trying to slow life down so that you make connection the priority and really start appreciating what you have and how important that early time of life together really is, not just in the moments, but even over the long haul.
Well, there's such a rush to grow up in this world that everything that the media does tells our kids, grow up, grow up, grow up. It's made it much harder as a parent to say, no, no, no. Best thing in the world to do is slow it down, because one day you're going to wake up and wonder where it went. So how do we do that?
Well, I think one thing you have to think about is quality over quantity. So that means like really enjoy your time together. One thing we tell people to do in Parents Magazine is go outside. You know, send the kids outside.
We were talking about this the other day with the John and Kate thing and the parenting thing. We are a culture now that watches other people have a picnic. Instead of going out and having a picnic with our own children, we're fascinated by other people doing it.
There was a really interesting study that found that 70% of today's parents, moms and dads, say that they spent a lot of time outside as kids, and they say only 35% of the kids are doing that. So
and that's why we have an obesity problem too.
How do you pry your kids away? I mean, kids are crazy about video games. They're crazy about hanging out. I mean, how do you jar them out of that?
I think you make that more fun. So you go and you say, come on, we're going to go have a great time. We're going to go outside. And I mean, it might be tough at first, but I think if you're really present with them and you're making it fun and you're savoring the moments, they're going to feel that, and they're really going to appreciate it.
You're not sitting on the deck with the BlackBerry while they're playing.
We use it as a babysitter so much of this stuff, and then we wonder where our kids are when they're 13 and don't want to be around us anymore.
Exactly.
And they're also overscheduled. I mean, so many parents, when you look at the list of things their kids have to do in a given day, you can't believe there's any time to even breathe. Is that one of the big problems, like jamming too much into your kids' lives?
I think it is. And I think what you see is that the children, they might not say it's too much, but it's going to show up in their behavior, and it's going to show up in transitions are hard, and they might even be showing you that they're more lethargic, and you think, oh, we got to keep pushing, but really they're just pushed, and they need to slow it down.
And if you're exhausted, if you feel like a chauffeur at the end of the day, that's a sign you're probably taking your kids too many places. There's too much going on after school.
And yet there's this tremendous pressure. And the schools are a big part of it, to get in line, boy, because you're going. If you don't do it now, there's not going to be a place for you down the road in the future. And I think parents,
it's a lot of pressure.
Don't use some of the power they have as a group to go to the schools and say, wait a minute, if a child doesn't get a chance to have a childhood, they're going to be a screwed up adult.
That's right. There's a lot of teaching to the test happening right now, and we have to sort of scale back on that, I think.
Because I think what it's missing is that emotional intelligence. We're really starting to understand that as a concept and how important it is, and that you don't want to skip that part of development and jump to just the cognitive. They really need the combination of the doing, learning, but you have to scale back and do the being so you can integrate what you're learning.
But given everything that you see in the media, you see 5- and 6-year-olds watching, I don't know, seductive dancing, and they start dancing that way. Like
they're just copying before they even know what
they see, but the whole concept of kids kind of older than their ages. I mean, that's a hard thing to slow down. How does a parent combat that?
I think part of it is turning off, you know,
definitely
this thing we're on right now. You know, I mean, like control the amount of time. The American Academy of Pediatrics is recommending fewer than 2 hours of screen time. So it's not just television. It's computer and anything else they're doing. That's a day, right? So really scale back on that, and you know, think about how many activities your kids are enrolled in. I think the recession has made it necessary for people to sort of scale back naturally. So in a way, as you say, that's the silver lining.
Right, gives more quality time with
parents. It really does. People are really starting to recognize what do we want out of this? Where are we going here? This is parenting now, but you're going to be adults with your children a lot longer. So what's the relationship we want to have with them later?
We live in such an instantaneous society, don't we? We've got a pill for everything. We put Band-Aids on cancer instead of going to the source of things, and then we don't think things through.
That's the trouble with this society.
Ladies, thank you very much. It's such an important issue.
Thank you.
Dana Points and Carrie Conti, thank you so much.
We'll be back with more of Today on NBC.